Viewers, today's debate on NewsX was about the word Chowkidar and how the BJP government or the NDA has turned it around, and now it appears to have blown up on the faces of Congress party, which had originally coined the term Chowkidar Chor Hai. Now, my point about this debate is that when someone makes an allegation, they need to have all the ducks lined up before they can make that allegation, because credibility is everything. For example, if you take a look at how Dr. Subramanian Swamy showed in March of 2017 about all the foreign bank accounts of the Chidambarams. I mean, there were a list of bank accounts given, various countries, and so on and so forth. So that sort of detail was what was needed when Rahul Gandhi made the statement, Chowkidar Chor Hai. This is where the reality disconnect is. He was somehow hoping that if he keeps saying the same thing over and over, that it would become the truth. He never expected that something of this nature would blow up on his face. Now, what is Congress going to do from here? How are they going to recover from this? Because clearly the narrative is running away from them, and there are not many days left before the elections start. So we have to wait and see how this plays out. So thank you, and enjoy this program.
Absolutely.
Okay. Shri, I respond to that, sir.
Do you want me to talk about the topic, which is a Chowkidar? Or
yes, Chowkidar.
Chowkidar, right? Yes. Now, see, Mr. Rahul Gandhi must have realized that the bar for making accusations was raised much higher, because in March 2017, if you remember, in Constitution Club, Dr. Subramanian Swamy gave the details of all the foreign bank accounts of the Chidambaram family. And he said these are the different accounts, and here are, these are different countries in which they have properties. And then he made the accusation that these guys need to be, put in jail, or all these things need to be investigated. And it is an amazing thing that they managed to get anticipatory bail for every possible thing that they can think of. And that nobody wants to say how that can happen. So when Rahul Gandhi said Narendra Modi was Chowkidar Chor Hai, he needed to match that level and come with, if Mr. Modi had a bank account, and show that here is the bank account, here is where the Rafale proceeds of money went, this is how much they got paid. That kind of case has to be constructed for people to take him seriously. And now this has been turned around and it's blown up on his face. Now, they are just running.
I still feel the Chowkidar narrative is running away with the real issues. Okay, but first Shri Iyer, then Nasir Salim, then we'll get Shantanu as well. Yes.
Gauri, please give me a little bit of time to explain one direct instance where I have been eyewitness to how the direct benefit transfer scheme has worked. My mother is really old, and she's in her 80s, and I had to take her to a small village where she had to register for a senior citizen quota so that she could get the subsidized rate for the gas cylinder. Somebody found a chair for her. There was a long line, but they all figured that, she's a little bit old, and somebody found a chair for her. She, registered her address and everything. After that, every month, wherever she has to get the direct, notification, it comes on her phone. I mean, she is not, very computer literate. She can barely make calls or so on, but she knows that the amount comes in, and she notified that her bank has the amount credited in her. So these are small things maybe, but this did not happen in the UPA regime. I think UPA need to have something that they can hold their hat on.
LPG coverage में आपको
Okay, Shri Iyer, you had a point to make.
And when all of this is not working, he's saying Chowkidar Chor Hai. So I think people are very smart. They will judge it very clearly.
Okay, yes.
I wanted to clarify something about the crude oil price that my friend from Samajwadi Party mentioned.
Sir, this is not about crude oil, sir. Trust me, I can have a long debate with you on crude oil, and I completely support the opposition's view that the government of the day did not pass the benefit to the end consumer. Sir, you and I both buy petrol at retail prices, but let that be. It's a separate debate. It will take away all our time. But go ahead. We are talking about the Chowkidar narrative. Has BJP been able to run away with the narrative? Has it been able to drive home the point? Are the real issues now suddenly out of the picture? What do you think about it, sir?
See, you cannot fault Modi for not trying. He may not have delivered on every promise of his, but he did try. I mean, there are so many things where, he made an honest attempt, and somehow things don't pan out. You take GST, for example. The idea is very good. The implementation, there were some hiccups. Now things are much better. The returns are coming much faster. The refunds are coming much faster.
Okay.
It takes time for something like this to settle down. My point in all this is, Chowkidar is something of Congress's making, and you drew the correct parallel when you said that this is exactly like Chaiwala. They made this boo-boo. Now it is blowing up on their face. They need to go find something that is more believable, that something that people can say, yes, the UPA government did do this thing, and so on and so forth. So, this is where they are losing the plot, I think.